It is our last show of 2024. We want to thank everyone for tuning in and being part of the ride that we went on this year, all the ups and downs of Cleveland sports. So let's go across the board. G, we'll start with you, with Tyvis. What is one thing you learned for sure, one definitive you learned about any of the three Cleveland sports in 2024? We're going to do the year in review, then look ahead to 2025. But to start, one thing you learned for sure about Cleveland sports in 2024.
What I learned about Cleveland sports in 2024 is, there's a few things, but I'm going to try to boil it down to one. They go through varying degrees of playing us. Like, I learned that each ownership group plays off the other ownership group. A lot of people think that they're not tied in any way, shape, or form, and there's just camaraderie and we root for each other, but it don't be going down like that. Case in point, the Guardians will be like, oh, we got some goodwill built up, right? The Browns is trash right now. So we can afford to do certain things. Like, we can be like, all right, well, we're not going to spend this money. We're not going to do certain things. We went to the ALCS. We got some stuff built up. So the fan base will be like, well, at least they went to the ALCS and they're winning all the time. So I can't be too mad at the Guardians if I'm already mad at the Browns. But then the Cavs was like, well, listen, you guys, I'm a little salty because we get treated like the stepchildren of the town. We win, too. We the only one with the championship. And y'all just made us get rid of our coach. We won 51 games. And they're like, yeah, you're right. We're going to get rid of him. And they did, and it worked out. But I think all three teams, like, they look and see what the climate is. They figure out what's going on. And they make little certain moves where it's just like, okay, I know they're not going to kill us for it right now because X, Y, and Z is happening on those other squads. So for me, I'll take the fact that, you know, those squads that win, we give them praise. The squads that we don't give them any praise at all. And I think people take that advantage of that so they can have goodwill.
Dustin?
I've learned that the Cleveland Browns are always going to be the Cleveland Browns. And frankly, it just feels as though and I hope this changes when the team moves, because since they've been back and they played in that building, I mean, to think that we have not won a playoff game in that building.
Crazy.
Never hosted.
And never hosted a playoff game in that building. And they're going to tear it
Probably
down.
won't.
And they're going to tear it down. And without ever hosting a playoff game.
No,
That's tough.
They get it done in 28.
They might. I mean, I hate to say that they're doomed forever, but like, this ownership group continues to make these befuddling mistakes, and they try. I'm not saying they're not trying to win, but they're trying to win the wrong way. And this Deshaun Watson, easy way out, this cheat code that just didn't work. Because I guess it tells you one thing: you can't cheat the system, man. Because like there's not an easy way to win games in this league, and this team needs to seriously look at themselves in the mirror, figure out if they've got the right people in place, and start this thing over, because it's going to take some time to build back up to where they were prior to going all in on Deshaun Watson. And I feel so bad for Browns fans because they go through this time and time again, and they're tortured. They're tortured people that have been drove to insane asylums over this. That's how bad I feel for Browns fans. They're literally destroying people's mental health, these Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah, I need a break. After the season's over, I can't. I need a break from this. I can't. I don't want to.
You taking off?
No, I'm just going to check out.
Yeah, and the other thing I'll say, too, is that for whatever reason in this town, the good teams don't get the love.
Whoa.
Yeah, they don't.
That's where I'm going on this, Dustin. But Tyvis, you're up first.
You're right.
First of all, I want to say I can't believe that the Wolverines is winning 16-0 against Alabama. That's crazy. But
three turnovers.
I'm gonna be pretty general. What I've learned from the three teams, really at all Ohio teams, except Ohio State, but all Ohio sports teams, is that you can't throw money at the situation to fix everything. Right. Money does not fix everything. Just because you got money and you throw it at the situation, that is not the key to getting it done. I've learned that actually having time, patience, and development is actually more important and more of a key ingredient to success. And you can take that just by looking at the three Cleveland teams. The Cleveland Browns took a bunch of money and threw it at certain players, and it didn't pan out. But then you look at the Guardians, who don't spend no money at all. They take the time and the patience and the development, and they develop their guys, and boom, they go to right before the World Series. You look at the Cavs. The Cavs was a team that, they might have went out and got Donovan Mitchell and all those things, but the majority of their team is guys that they took the time, the patience, and the development of, and now they get to where they are. I also learned that just because we're on the outside looking in, my thought, outside of the Browns maybe, is to trust that organizations know what the heck they're doing. Because there are so many times before the Guardians season, we were so upset at some of the moves that they didn't make, some of the people that they let go, and boom, they had the season that they have. We looked at the Cavs after they lost to the Celtics last year and said, you know what, blow it up. Get rid of Darius. Get rid of Evan. Get rid of Jared. They said, no. We're going to get rid of the coach, and that's all we need to do. And boom, they're having the success that they're having. So what I've learned is I'm starting to trust those organizations more as far as they know what's going on. They're around their team. They're around their people. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to fall back and just trust what they got going on. And I'm praying that the Browns figure something out where they can get to that situation. But right now, they're the only ones that don't use that philosophy of time, patience, and development. And that's the three things that I think is missing. And that's the three things that they need to fix, that they've been needing to fix for a very long time, because I think they just like throwing money and getting the big name guy. And that big name guy has never came here and worked out for us. Boom.
Let's make some resolutions now for next year. You can pick any team you want, but, we'll start with you again. Make a resolution, a New Year's resolution for one of the three Cleveland sports teams that hopefully we can hold them to for the upcoming year.
New Year's resolution, I'm going to go with the Browns. The other two teams, they don't need resolutions. They got front offices for that, right? They actually do a decent job of figuring out what they need to do. For the Browns, it's simple. Mary Kay talked about it. You got to find a quarterback. I know you want to, look at the landscape, and you want to, be judicious in the way you want to look at the picks. And I know we've talked about you don't want to force a quarterback. But listen, let me tell you something. The alternative is, if you don't force a quarterback, you come out here and you're terrible again, and one of those quarterbacks that you passed on is good, you get fired. Sometimes you got to pull the trigger on something. And right now, the Browns are in a position where they could do a lot of things. They can go after some retreads. They can go after a lot of dudes. They can get a tackle or a defensive end, whatever the case may be. But until you get a quarterback, and until you put your flag down, and for Stefanski, it is imperative. I don't care if you get it round 1, round 4, round 5. You have to choose a quarterback, because you are the person that is going to make the direct representation of how that dude is going to play. Like, you have to put your stamp on a quarterback. You got to take the play calling and make it what it is, but you got to get a quarterback. So don't come out here and talk about we're going to wait till next year, and stop talking about Arch Manning. Y'all crack me up with that. You can't plan to be trash a whole year in advance for a kid that plays 3 or 4 games. And I hate when people tank for Andrew Luck or RG. Stop it. Leave that alone. You got to find y'all a quarterback and do it in a hurry.
Well, my New Year's resolution would be for the Cleveland Guardians, which may surprise some people who think that I'm
checked out on
just checked out on the baseball team. Mm-hmm. No, in all seriousness, I think the resolution for the Cleveland Guardians needs to be, we will do whatever it takes. It used to be the Cavs logo, or the thing, whatever it takes. Remember that one year they had the whatever it takes? It should be the Guardians' motto this year, that whatever it takes. And look at the league and realize that we have been there every single season. We've been so close, and decide that you're going to just do a little bit more, just a little more. Not begging you for another $100 million, but can we just get $20 million more?
Yeah, maybe. Just look
something.
Take a cash day, payday cash.
Don't we got this new owner coming in soon? When's that happening?
Yeah.
What's his name? Blitzer? Wolf Blitzer?
We've been here. Jay been telling us about him.
I'm kidding. What's the guy's name?
That is.
Isn't that the guy on CNN?
Yeah, it is. Right. Yeah. Right. And he's always surprised at the desk. Now, Jay been telling us about this Blitzer dude for
I know
since 04. And I ain't seen no new bread.
But yes, Guardians, spend some cash this year.
Tyvis last up, then we got some super chats.
Mine's is very simple. I'm going to go with the Cavaliers since you guys took the other two. I'll just take the Cavaliers. And I'll say, listen, don't wait. Don't wait. I know it's been a good story and all those things. Don't wait for it. Take it now. Take this town. This town is dying for somebody. The Guardians, listen, they was close, but no cigar. The Browns are in a dumpster fire right now. It is a prime position for you to take over this town and be lead. I know they said that this is always be a Browns town, but y'all got players that guys love. The team is winning in a dominant fashion. This is the time for y'all to take the helm of Cleveland. When they think about Cleveland, they'll think about the Cavaliers. Y'all have obviously the most recent championship. Make them try to forget about LeBron. Try that. Let's go there. And how do you do that? You do what the Warriors couldn't do. You go out there and you break the record and then come home with a championship. It's undeniable. You have the talent to do it. Don't wait for next year. Don't wait till, we're in place. We got the right progress. Do it now, because next year, I promise you give a whole team a year of off-season tape to figure out what you're doing. It's going to be much harder. Do it right now. Take this town by storm. There it is.